to everybody brought all 6 in this room.
Yeah.
And the reason we misunderstand one another is we think our 6 things is the only 6 things in the world. There are more lenses to see in this world than the glasses you have on. Y'all follow that? Listen, the way that you speak, the way that you think, and the way that you reason. And it's that system that's preventing you from the blessings. Here's what happens with draining people. Paul says it this way. When I was a child, when I was a child, I spoke as a child. I thought as a child. I reasoned as a child. But when I matured, get this, I put away childish things. Titus, if you're going to help and handle draining people, you got to be willing to recognize some people are functioning in a dysfunctional system.
Yeah, that's right.
Amen. So you don't pull your hair out over somebody else's dysfunction. I've seen people, Brother Thomas, I've seen people walk in dysfunction so long that dysfunction is normal.
Yeah, that's right.
And if you try to help them, they will fight you over a system that does not work. You got to recognize part of the things that cause them to be draining is they won't evaluate their system. Paul says, when I was a child, that system was appropriate. When I was a child, the way I thought was appropriate. When I was a child, the way I behaved was appropriate. But when I matured, get this, I put away childish things. Is it possible that you matured on the outside? You're 50 years old and you look 50, but on the inside, you're still a child. Are you responding to stimulus like a child? Are you responding to the way that you see your life like a child? But when I matured, I put away childish things. Here's what I like about what Paul says. Paul didn't say when I became, he didn't say when childish things left, I became a man. See, he said when I became a man, the system was still there. I have to put the system away. The system can't put itself away. When I mature, when you got to the point where you were too big for your system. Amen. See, I'm bigger than that system. I'm not confined to that system. The system can't put me away. I must put the system away. Draining people will fight you to keep a system that does not work. Paul says, Titus, if you're going to do anything about this, he says, understand, when I became a man, I put it away. That means you could develop to a point outwardly that is not incongruent inwardly. Think about this. Are you a man? Or are you a woman who is loyal to a system of a child?
All right.
And anytime somebody talks to you, you just blow off the handle. Misunderstanding. Not even taking a moment to try to understand. You just draw the conclusion that they are against you. That's a system. That's a response of a child. Amen. You're 40 years old, and the first thing they say to you, you get an attitude. That's the response of a child. But your child just, that's the system of a child. Now watch this, let me show you something. Because when people try to help you with that, here's what happened. If you don't put that system away, it'll put away promotions. Amen. It'll put away progress. It'll put away love. It'll put away progression in your life. But see, you have to be willing to put that system away. And yet you are defending something that's killing you. You are defending something that is poisoning your water. Then when I was a child, I spoke, I thought, I behaved. Behaved as a child. Have you noticed? No, I'm going to make application with you. Here's how you know you got a system of a child. As long as you've been here, if you still haven't got to the point where you think you're on the path to what God's destiny is for you,
come on, preacher.
it's probably because you're holding on to a system
All right.
of dysfunction. Amen. Let me show you something. I used to speak. All he says there is you be careful of what comes out of your mouth. What's coming out of your mouth that sounds childish?
Good it is. Right.
Amen. Now, I wish I had time, but Braxton's, doing something to me. But the one I get to real quick is reason. What I got? Peace, brother. That's what that was. I don't know what that. That's how I interpret it. The one I want to talk to you is about reason. Is that I thought I reasoned as a child. The reason that's important. The reason reasoning is important is based on how you understand. You ever been mad at somebody because you drew a conclusion, and then when you got understanding, they didn't say what you thought they meant at all? It happens all the time. Amen. Somewhere the proverbial writer says, get wisdom. But in all your getting, get an understanding. Understanding changes how you see it. But when you draw a conclusion to a system that does not work, you will draw a wrong conclusion and be mad at people for years over what you thought they meant. And that's draining. And as a draining person, it's not just draining to you, it's draining to the people around you. It's going to happen this week. Everybody know what happened. Everybody saw you do it. And you just telling your version of that narrative. But watch, on Thursday, call a meeting. Call a family meeting. Everybody was there. Everybody remember what happened. But you just keep telling your perspective of that version. But when you get understanding, it changes your system. And as we draw closer to this, here's how you cut it down. And I'm done. Here's how you cut it down. The way you handle them. You gotta get them to be willing to test their system of maturity. If that old system of how you speak, think, and reason is not working, it's because it's childish. But if they allow you to walk with them, you help them put it away. You help them. You walk with them to put it away. He says, the way I speak, think, and reason is not just me. Can I show you something? I'm done, right? Okay, watch this. See, here's the thing about the system. You can survive without that system. The reason you won't kill it is you think killing the system means killing you. But you are not the system. You're just a slave to a system. You need to put that system away. But to put it away, that means you got to put old habits away. To put it away, you got to put childish responses away. How do I do that? Paul says, Titus, if you go survive it, you got to help them to see that that system of dysfunction does not work. Paul says, when I was a child, I did the same foolish stuff. But now I'm mature. I need to put that. There are some things you just need to put away. Amen. Truth of the matter is what God thinks about you is truer than what you think about you. But you got to put that system away. How do you handle it? Understand this. And I'm done for real. It's a system. So Paul says to the Titus that he writes to, and to the Tituses in this room, Paul says, if you go handle very draining people, encourage them to evaluate their system of how they speak, how they think, and how they reason. And if it's childish, if they allow you, walk with them, help them, put that system away. And if they put that system away, then we all can enjoy the spiritual blessings that come with a mature faith. God bless you. Thank you so much.